Good morning, everyone. This is Pastor Brad at Dallas First Assembly of God. Glad to be here on the internet with you today. Thank you for tuning in and watching. I'm just going to give you a few minutes of a really hopefully good devotional to encourage you up, to lift you up. Maybe you're kind of having a bad day. I think a lot of people are having bad days right now. A lot of people are depressed and fearful. But I want to cheer you up today because I've got some really good news. And I want to share this good news with you right now and let you know that as bad as this coronavirus is, as bad as the economy seems to be getting, I shouldn't say seems to be getting, is getting, there's some bright things going on that I want you to be aware of that might help you to understand that even as bad as some things are, there's some things that are very good. So I made a little list of things that just came to my mind. One thing that's really good right now is there is not near as much traffic. Have you listened to a traffic report on the radio? It's like they don't have anything to do. There's not near as much traffic right now in Atlanta, and that's a good thing. Of course, the truth is most of us don't have to drive in it anyway, so it really doesn't matter if there's much traffic or not. Another thing that goes along with that is low gas prices. I saw gas prices the other day for $1.35 a gallon. Can you believe that? Remember a few years ago when it was like $4.50 a gallon? Well, gas prices are low, but that really doesn't help either because we don't have anywhere to go. But anyway, they're low. Would you believe that at one point in my life I bought a gallon of gas, actually I bought several gallons, 17 cents a gallon, way back in the 1900s out in Waxahachie, Texas, 17 cents a gallon. Well, I'm thrilled with $1.35. Actually, most stations around here are about $1.70. But anyway, that's a good thing. So the next thing is, remember not long ago how you just wished you could have a day off from work? One morning you got up and thought, oh, I wished I didn't have to go to work. Well, that's come true for a lot of people. Many people aren't having to go to work. They're either working at home or not working at all. So that's a good thing. Getting time off, getting time with the family, getting to stay home, do the yard work, catch up on all the chores. So there's good things happening. Another thing is we're going to get some of our tax money back. Can you believe that? $1,200 a person, I think is what it's going to be. That's a good thing. And that's our money. They're just giving us our money that we paid in taxes back. So that's a good thing. And you know what? Aren't you glad for Amazon or online buying of any place, anywhere? Because if, we got to stay home all the time, it looks like, after tonight. And so you can just buy. Spend all that $1,200 and help out the economy. Another time is filing taxes. Well, April 15th has lost its meaning. Would you believe a lot of years that I file my taxes on April 14th? It's not that I'm a procrastinator. Well, maybe I am a procrastinator. Well, then they changed it to July the 15th. And what did you think I do? Did I celebrate? No. I've already done. I went ahead and did my taxes because I didn't want to wait that long. So that's a good thing. If you haven't filed your taxes, you've got a long time before you have to file them. Another thing is, and I'm loving this, we're not hearing near as much about the presidential campaign. Aren't you glad? I don't know what's going to happen in the fall. I guess we'll still have the elections, but we're not having to listen to all those presidential debates and all that talk radio about all the presidential stuff. I'm telling you what, that's a blessing right there. Alrighty, and another thing that I saw, when they canceled all the sporting events, when my voice is changing, when they canceled all the sporting events, that's what I like to watch the most. I don't really have a favorite team. I just like to watch sports. I thought, what am I going to do? And then I realized that just about all the sports channels, they're having reruns of many of the games. Last night I watched a game between I'm not going to mention the teams because we have some people in this church that like the team that lost. Sorry about that. But it was a game from 2012. And I'm thinking, there's a lot of games I've missed, and now I'm able to watch them. And not only that, but many of the games that I did watch when they were live, they're coming back on. And at my age, I can't even remember that I watched them anyway. So it's like watching it for the very first time. That's some good things. And there's a lot of other good things we can say. And I want you to write me. Send me an email, or if you have a place here online where you can comment, write me and tell me some of the things that you've thought of that are good, that are coming out of this horrible time that we're in. It's always look on the bright side. And so if you found something on the bright side, please let me know what that is. Now, at the same time, I don't want to minimize the reality of the suffering that many people are going through. There are many people who have lost their jobs and they're not having any income. Some people are able to get unemployment, and that's a blessing. We're going to get a little bit of money from our tax money, the $1,200 that this government will be sending. That's going to help. But there's a lot of people hurting right now. The economic part of this is devastating. And then people that are sick. I know a lot of people, I heard on the radio yesterday that 80% of the people that get the coronavirus don't even need to see a doctor. It's not having that bad of an effect on them. But I want to tell you something, there's a lot of people who are suffering. There's a lot of people who are dying. Many people are losing loved ones to a virus. This is unheard of. And our hospital workers, we've got people in our church who are working with coronavirus patients in the ICU at their hospital. And some of them, they've shared what they are going through and what they're facing. It's horrible. It's awful. So let me tell you something. We want you to pray for them. And thank you for those that helped us to feed some of the nurses over at Kennestone Hospital in Marietta. And later this week, we're going to be feeding some of the nurses that are working with corona patients down in Carrollton. And so thank you for helping out with that. Let's remember that this is a very serious thing. Please follow the guidelines that the government is giving. Don't be foolish. Some people say, well, I'm going to trust God. It's not going to happen to me. Well, God led his people to trust him, but he also had them build walls around their city. And so washing our hands, staying away from people is like building the walls. God's going to help us and God's going to be with us, but we need to be wise and follow these guidelines. Before I let you go, I want to share with you a friend. I've got a friend with me right here in the office. I appreciate him being here with us today. He's a good friend of mine. I've known him for a long, long time. He's a very happy person. His name is Jesus. And I know that many of you out there know him also, and you love him with all of your heart. And I just wanted to show you this picture that he's smiling and laughing. He's not an angry God, I'm going to get you if you mess up. No, he's a God of love. He loves us. Nothing can separate us from his love. And he loves you, and he cares about what you are going through. My sermon this Sunday is about the suffering of Jesus. And all the suffering that Jesus went through, he did it for you and he did it for me. So stay close to him. Draw close to him. Let this be a time that we take inventory of what's valuable to us. Turn your eyes upon Jesus, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim. God loves you, and I love you, and we're here for you. We're praying for you, and I believe everything's going to be all right. God bless you so much, and thank you for listening today.